için açılış konuşmasını İngilizce yapmak zorundayım. Your Excellency, the Ambassador of Mexico, distinguished ambassadors and members of Diplomatic Corps, and esteemed guests. Welcome and thank you for being here with us today. We are delighted together for the opening of the exhibition Eternity is Shorter. This exhibition presents the work of two renowned Mexican photographers, Rafael Doníz and Pedro Valti, offering a visual testimony to the social and political climate of Mexico during the 1980s. From the devastating earthquake that struck the country to World Cup celebration, from religious rituals to municipal elections and revolutionary movements, this exhibition conveys a broad collective memory through the language of photography. And the moments we see here are not exclusively unique to Mexico. In many ways, they echo the histories and present-day experiences of many countries, including our own. The ways people come together, how they support one another, how they seek change, and how hope persists. These are sentiments that transcend geography. They show us the universality of human resilience and collective experience. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to the Embassy of Mexico, and in particular to Ambassador Francisco Javier Diaz de Leon. It's very difficult to pronounce your name, sorry. And as well as the former Ambassador José Luis Martinez y Hernandez, who was involved at the beginning of this project. We also extend our thanks to the creator Hector Orozco, and especially to cultural attaché, where is Mario? Cultural attaché Mario Chaparro Altamirano, whose dedication made this exhibition possible. Thank you for everything. And of course, we thank our museum team, with special thanks to Pelin Okuran and Çağla Genç. Our graphic designer, Damla Çiftçi, thank you for everything. Thank you for their invaluable contributions. At this time, I would like to invite Ambassador Francisco Javier Diaz de Leon and creator Hector Orozco to the stage to share their remarks. Thank you very much. And after the speeches, we will have a cocktail and food service in our exhibition hall. And let's continue Mexican night with Mexican beer and Mexican food and wine. Thank you.
As most of you know, I've been here in the position of Ambassador of Mexico here in Ankara for a few days, over 2 months. The very first day I went into the office to perform as ambassador at the Mexican embassy here. And the first function, the first meeting I ever had as ambassador here was here in this beautiful museum. And because I had the joy of accompanying my very dear colleague Mario Chaparro, who had a meeting here with our wonderful friends from Arlington Museum to start working and discuss and work together on ideas about this exhibition. It is a great pleasure to be here again, and we are very grateful for the support of so many friends, and of course for the support of all our friends, all of you who have made the trip, who have braved traffic in Ankara. It's a Friday night, and you're here with us. We are so grateful from the bottom of our hearts for you to be joining us today. As it was very well explained before me, this exhibition offers a visual narrative of Mexico during the second half of the 20th century, particularly during the 1980s. And our very dear director just explained, of course, this is a snapshot particularly of some of the most momentous moments, that's probably wrong, some of the most important moments of the mid-80s in Mexico, for of course, things like a World Cup, things like, of course, a devastating earthquake, things like a revolutionary movement in Chiapas, All of that happened in Mexico during that time. And all those of us who were alive back then and were living in Mexico City, Mexico, the country back then, of course, those are the times that probably changed everything in our country in many ways. The country was never the same after many of these events that are very well portrayed in the beautiful and the very impactful photographs that maybe you have already seen, and if you haven't, I'm sure you will look at very soon. There's a lot of people that we have to be thankful to, and appreciative to. Nazar, Pelin, Chala, and the rest of the Erra'Nin Archaeologically and Arts Museum. Thank you again for opening your doors to us. Thank you again for allowing us to share this snapshot of Mexico a little bit around 40 years ago, what was going on back in Mexico 40 years ago, and share it with our friends here. Of course, we are also very indebted to the Fundación Casa de México in España for lending us these materials. Of course, Hector, back here, and of course our good friends in Madrid who made the travel. He traveled here with bags carrying very heavy photographs, and they did a lot of work along with some of the wonderful staff that work at the Mexican Embassy here in Ankara that I am very lucky to have around me. They work together with Hector and in order, to take the pictures out and make all the arrangements, and of course a lot of the staff here in the museum doing the work in the walls outside. There's a lot of things for this, and thank you, Hector Orozco, for everything that you have done. And we are taking advantage of his presence here because we are going to, commit him to coming back and bring other exhibitions in the future for us here in Ankara. I also want to mention, and it's important for us to mention also and to acknowledge my wonderful staff at the Mexican Embassy, Mario Chaparro, our cultural affairs. Without him, this wouldn't have happened. He made all the, and of course, very well said before by our dear director, the achievement, and this is something that, this is a train that was started when I got here, and the train was started to very good extent by my predecessor, Ambassador José Luis Martínez, who is very admired, and we are very indebted to him for everything he did during his work here at the Mexican Embassy. This is part of one of the many ways, many parts of his heritage in our work here in Mexico, in Turkey. So thank you very much, all of you. Hope you enjoy this exhibition. Hope you can share some of the memories. I see my memories depicted in a lot of the pictures out there. I could start talking to you about the World Cup and etc., but don't worry, I won't do it. But maybe we'll see each other in the World Cup in Mexico next year again. Thank you very much.
First of all, I want to thank the Mexican Embassy, the ambassador, of course, Francisco Javier Díaz de León. Thank you for receive me and receive the exhibition here in Ankara. Mario Chaparro, thank you for all your work. The exhibition, it's here because you are a very good worker. Yali, Elif, and all the team that helped me to put the pictures in the frames. Thank you. And all the people who works very hard to have this exhibition here. Also, of course, I want to thank former Ambassador José Luis Martínez for all the initial support of this project. And thank you the fantastic team of the Erra'Nin Museum. Masan, thank you very much. Belin and Shada, thank you for all your ideas and heavy work. I am extremely pleased to present the work of two of the most important Mexican photographers of the second half of the 20th century, Pedro Valti, Rafael, Doníz. This exhibition aims to show some of the many diverse Mexicos that coexist within the same territory, and the two of many different ways to appreciate them. Pedro Valtierra is a very important Mexican photojournalist. He captures the perfect moment with his camera and publishes his photos the next day in the newspapers. Rafael Doníz spends a lot of time observing his surrounding, thinking about his next project, and connecting with his subjects. His photographs often appear in books and exhibitions like this. Both portray reality differently, sometimes contradictorily, but without betraying the truth. Thanks everybody to being here this afternoon, please.
Abbiamo la